I was a little bit bitter that the Cowboys didn't make this deal. I get it. The third-round pick. Look, maybe Tolo said they wanted to deal Jalen Ramsey to the AFC. I don't know if the Rams are in that space right now, right? If you do that if you're a current competitor. It feels like the Rams are kind of blowing it up. Now, if they refuse to trade Stafford, which Michael Lombardi reported they are trying to trade Stafford, if the reports are true, they're trying to keep Stafford, Kupp, and Donald, okay. I get you're trying to be competitive, and you would only want to deal Jalen Ramsey to the AFC. I feel like the Rams are trying to deal Stafford. They're in more of a blow-up phase, and they would have been fine within the NFC. Maybe Jalen Ramsey refused to come here because of what happened on draft day. But RJ, you are fine with the Cowboys not paying this future salary to him.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you look at it, it's going to be $20 million-ish, you know, and then Diggs is going to want the same. And does that mean they get rid of Diggs? I mean, is Ramsey better than Diggs? I mean, look, the age is the problem. Like, obviously, Ramsey's career is better than Diggs.
This messes up my strategy, and I know I'm the only one that feels this way. I want to build the defense up. I want to keep offensive weapons. I want to build the defense up to overcome Dak Prescott. I'm so tired of this. Yeah, you can roll your eyes. You can make a face.
I didn't roll my eyes. I made a face.
You can't really get better than you have been the last 2 years defensively.
Who? How many more first-round picks can I surround? Yeah, I can get better defensively.
Well, but here, if you get Ramsey, you're probably going to get worse defensively.
Explain.
Over time or next year?
Well, both. Because, I mean, the cost you're going to have with having you don't want high-priced guys on defense generally don't work. You want high-priced guys on offense. You want depth on defense. It's going to ruin your defensive depth by putting $20 million into him because you already got $20 million in the tank. You're going to have to pay him.
I'm just
Diggs.
tired. You are the girl that no, you're the guy. You keep promising the engagement. You keep promising the proposal.
Not promising anything.
You just want to draft and you want to wait and you want to develop and you want to hope and you want to wait and this and that. And I want you're Gavin Dawson.
You know what's better? You know what's better than building your defense? Get a better quarterback. Where you don't have to worry about it.
Well, I'm dealing with reality. I'm dealing with
You just gave me the middle finger.
He
just gave me the middle finger.
No, I'm not giving you the middle finger. I'm scratching my eye.
He just gave me the middle finger.
I'm not giving
Dad.
I'm not giving the middle finger. They're not getting rid of Dak. They're not moving off of Dak. So I would like to build the defense up to have a better offense, try to win like San Francisco, because I just don't believe it's going to come on the right arm for the left ring finger. That's me. So I wanna get Jalen Ramsey. I want to get Bobby Wagner. I want to build up the defense, top 5, top 3. I know it's dangerous. I know it's inconsistent year to year, but I've made up my mind. I know that after watching the San Francisco game, there's a ceiling on it.
Look, I agree, but the thing is, the defense has already been there.
Yeah, the defense has been really good.
Yeah, but I wanted to try to make the defense great. They're not in any great category. They had a run last year, mid-year, early on, when they were great, and then it tapered off. It's not to be a great defense. It's not. We can't be petrified about corner and have a great defense. We can't have zero linebackers and have this isn't a great defense. I mean, we can have this argument if you want to, if y'all want to argue that. Great defense.
It's not a great defense, but defense is, we've always said, it's a weak link unit. And
well, I know San Francisco defense is going to be pretty damn good next year. So we can talk about the inconsistencies and the weak link and this and that. And I know you got your top 5 football bullet points, but I want to make the defense as special as I can to overcome the quarterback in these playoff games.
Can you make them?
That's just me. I know I'm in the minority.
I think you can make them as special. I think trading Ramsey makes them more special next year. But then as soon as you're having to let go of Diggs and other people, I think it limits your 3 to 4 year special window for that defense. The way you make this team better is, I think, you find more stability at corner, and Ramsey obviously contributes to that, but I think you find more efficient work for your dollars players at corner, and you get a second weapon in here. They never had a good plan in place for getting rid of Amari Cooper, and that's where they ultimately cost themselves last year.
Well, no, they had the right Amari plan, and they executed the right Amari plan. The mistake right now is Michael Gallup. Now, I'm willing to give a year's time like Choppy. I think it is fair, a year off of the injury. Their Amari Cooper succession plan worked at 1. CeeDee Lamb is just as good, if not better. The problem is 2. That's the problem right now. But you have a tight end. You have your offensive line. You franchise your running back. I mean, this is why I call him Silver Spoon, because it's never enough. It's just got to be all gold. It's got to be all gold surrounding him, and I'm tired of that. So I want to put more of these resources on the other side of the ball to try to win a defensive battle, if that's what it's going to call for in the postseason, because I think this offense is still going to score 25, 26 a game.
Okay, with that offensive coordinator?
Here's the problem.
With which offensive coordinator?
The one you have now. This team's not going to...
You and Broadus ran the last one out of town. So you should be happy.
I didn't run that one out of town. I said, I did not.
No. Hang on. You get away with this stuff with Hurts. When we didn't have you in here, when you weren't in here every day, and now it's easy for you to say, I love Jalen Hurts way more. You guys just didn't remember. Now we've been doing a show long enough. You're not going to lie about your Kellen Moore. No. Let me finish. You're not going to lie about your Kellen Moore criticism, and you and brought us picking him nonstop, and now you want to shed a tear. And he's off over in L.A. I've been doing the show with you, so I know.
I absolutely was critical of Kellen Moore in spots, but I also consistently said he's a top third of the NFL offensive coordinator, and the grass isn't always greener. And if you're going to walk away from him, you better have a better plan in place. And they didn't. This team, I'll make whatever bet it is. This team finishes outside the top 10 in points and yards next year in offense with McCarthy calling plays.
Wow. I want to look at the. Look, if you want to be, let's say you paid Jalen Ramsey $20 million.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, they only gave up 19 points in the playoff game. They already played and had a good deal. That already was a defensive game. They lost that game because of the quarterback. And
I agree.
And
the quarterback's not changing. The quarterback isn't changing. I'm just dealing with reality.
Yeah.
I don't believe he's the special guy. So, yes, I would love to see them show balls and move off of it and start over with something else. But that's not happening. So what do we deal with in our situation is to try to have the other team score a little bit less so we can win that game. That's the way I'm thinking.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just wondering, like, if you get Jalen Ramsey in here,
yeah,
okay, and that's fine, you're going to take away from some other part of the defense, most likely.
And I want to pay corner.
I love the cornerback position. A couple of teams out there didn't really pay corner. They're kind of moving to pay, not pay the corner.
Okay, well,
I would not want to have 2 great corners and 2 bad ones, because the bad ones are the ones that are going to get picked on.
Why would you have the bad one though? You've got Deron Bland here for the next 4 years at least.
Okay, but who's after him?
I mean you do need 3 corners.
Yeah, you do need 4 though, right? You need.
But I thought you said Kansas City didn't even have 1.
They didn't, and they were fine.
So then what's the argument? Why would you need 4 if they don't even have 1?
Where are you taking away from when you bring in Jalen Ramsey at $20 million? You probably take away from defensive line.
You're probably taking away from edge rusher. Outside of
linebacker.
Yeah, which means they would try to replenish it through 4 years worth of rookie contracts.
You'd move around from Tank.
I'm just saying, We've done this patient approach. We've done this wait. It's sometimes you got to strike a little bit more aggressively. Now is the time to do it. You're in the NFC. It's freaking wide open. I think the best point that you bring up is I don't want to pay Diggs and Ramsey and Dak and CD all that money, $100 million it's going to be. And look, the Cowboys pick would have probably had to have been the second round pick. So the second round pick in Hendershot or the second round pick in Ferguson, right? Because you didn't have a better third than Miami. And maybe the Rams said, we want AFC, and Ramsey doesn't want to go there. So maybe it's all a moot point. I'm just talking about the point of this segment for me is, and I know no one else agrees, I want to load up more defensively. I know what the offense is, and I don't think it's going to have another level, a next step to get to. Maybe they get a better receiver than Gallup, and I'm proven wrong on that. But that's where I stand right now with number 4, even though they mess with his money along with Zach Martin's to free up $30 million in cap space.
Yeah, free up $30 million in cap space, but also because they didn't have anything in place, because they didn't get anything, done, I think they are going to end up costing themselves significantly more on the back end of that deal whenever they get an extension done. Now, they can still get an extension done. It will cost them more this year now. Like, for instance, they freed up $30 million. A new extension probably eats into another $6 million of the cap. Like, you're going to lose $6 to $10 million probably in cap space now with an extension. But, you know, they're going to have to make something work. They consistently kick the can down the road with this stuff and put themselves in these positions financially. And they just have to hope that it works with their drafting.
Dallas Cowboys. Final word?
You want to build their defense? I'll build the defense with you.
Unless you give me what else can we do offensively with the quarterback here? I mean, you've done a lot. There's a lot of resources.
Yes, I will say.
I'm not going to fight you. You want to draft a receiver in the first round?
I want to draft a receiver in the first round. Like, to me, the best way to build the defense is to improve the offense, too.
Yep.
Like, that's a great way to build the defense. You know, Dak is dependent on, he's a good quarterback. He is dependent on a lot of things. Patrick Mahomes is a different animal. We're not going to talk about him.
Right.
He can lose his best receiver and have a better year. He is not OC dependent. He is not wide receiver dependent. Dak is, a little bit more dependent, but so are a lot of guys.
Sure.
And there's a lot of guys that have made the Super Bowl that rely. What was Matthew Stafford in Detroit? He just put up numbers.
Yep.
It's
mid numbers.
Yeah. So there's most of the guys in the NFL, most of the players are dependent on wide receivers.